Hello and good morning from the roads of Warsaw. Yes, today finally a new journey begins. I was really looking forward to going on this trip. I really love Warsaw. I absolutely love being in Romania in the summer, but I also really love to travel. So the time has come for us to go on a new journey. This time we're leaving by car. We're leaving through Europe. We're going on a tour through Europe because I haven't traveled through Europe in a very long time. I'm very curious to see how Europe has changed in the last 10-15 years since I haven't traveled through Europe. I want to go to some places I miss, places I've been before, plus other new places I haven't been to yet and have wanted to visit for a long time. I still don't know exactly what my route will be. Today we're going to stop somewhere near Lake Balaton in Hungary. I decided not to be on the road all the time, not to drive too much. So every day I'll be in a different location, and in some places I'll probably stay for several days. I still don't know. We'll see along the way. I'm unpredictable, so welcome to the Marian Adventures channel. The new ones, the old ones, you already know. Good weather today here in the morning, but yeah, the forecast still shows glow. In the next period, it still looks like rain. At least when I come back, I hope it won't be raining anymore. So humid. I want to enjoy the warmth too, not have to light the stove anymore. I stopped here at Ilya at the car wash so I don't dirty Europe with my mud from Warsaw. A clean car makes all the difference. We're filling up the tank. We're doing the first fill up. I'm really curious to see how much it's going to use, how much the car will consume. Tank's full resetting. Odometer reset to 0. Let's see how many kilometers we cover in Europe. The car is behaving very well so far. I haven't had any kind of error since I did the oil change. Because a friend of mine, an old friend at the service, was there and he told me he did something, I don't know what, and then I'll see I won't have any more problems. Of course, I didn't believe him, but for now I see that it's running well. Anyway, he told me that if I don't have any problems with errors on this trip, I should bring him some from Germany. Some cigarettes that can only be found there. HBC, I think I remember it well, so we'll see if I get him the cigarettes or not. No, I'm already on the highway. I have to take out my coffee. You really have to do some contortions to get the coffee out of the holder in the duster. Today I have about 600 or 700 kilometers to Balaton. I haven't set the global positioning system yet, but I need to put it on to see exactly how many kilometers I have. I already booked an Airbnb last night, right on the shore of Lake Osleger. We adapt to the conditions of traveling by car, conditions that I really enjoy. I really enjoyed traveling by car, and I really liked last year's trip. This year, I don't know how long it will take. Anyway, I plan to stay for about 10-14 days, something like that. Maybe even longer. Now let's see how I'll manage with the budget. Because, yeah, I know that Europe isn't cheap at all. But we'll try to save as much as possible and travel as much as we can. Because that's the goal, to see as many places as possible and to travel as much as we can. Not necessarily in luxury conditions. I mean, we've never chased after luxury. I just want decent accommodations and that's it. For the rest, I can manage. The road through Koszowice is pretty crowded. Is that small part still not done? They've struggled with it for so long and still can't finish. In summer, it's especially bad here when traffic is heavy. There are traffic jams, but traffic is moving well for now. It's okay. If there are traffic jams here now, I don't even want to think about how it's going to be in the summer. On this stretch here where there's no highway. I've been waiting for about 10-15 minutes so far, and oh look, we're moving. There must be some road work, I don't know. Actually, usually in the summer, when the traffic is heavier, that's when they start the road work here on this stretch. Yeah, it's jammed again. It's jammed again. That's it, there's nothing we can do. I don't have another option. I could only take the old road through Arad. Now it's too late. Yeah, from here to the highway, I don't have much left. Yeah, now we're waiting for construction here on this road. There was construction here last year too, right in the summer. 2 years ago there was construction again, also in the summer. This year I see they're repairing the same road again. And in the summer. On the highway, the traffic flows very well. I got a vignette for Hungary. I got it for a month because yes, I'll need it when I come back as well. And it was clearly cheaper compared to getting one every time. It's cheaper for a month than 2 faucets for a week each. 100 for 7 lei. I think that's what it was. I'm feeling emotional about this trip because I have extremely fond memories from my very first real journey. I talked a bit about this trip in the podcast I did with Soren on his channel. Now I want to reach that place again, the one I went to back then, namely the ocean shore. Because yes, the purpose of that trip was to see the ocean. And I left back then, straight to the ocean. Of course, I saw more than that, places and interesting things along the journey. Now, I won't have the same route anymore, but as for the destination, one of the destinations, yes, it remains, and it's the same place where I arrived back then for the first time at the Atlantic Ocean. Of course, a lot has changed since then, a whole lot, because that happened about 14, 15 years ago, maybe even more. I need to check Facebook for some pictures from that first trip. Back then, I used to travel street with the map spread out on the passenger seat. There wasn't global positioning system yet, there just wasn't. A lot of adventures from this point of view. Sometimes you miss an exit, sometimes you go 10 more kilometers. Plus, yes, the budget back then was extremely limited. Basically, I only had money for diesel and a little bit for food, but really very little money. I only ate from the supermarket. And yes, I remember that. That was a frustration that I couldn't eat even once at a restaurant. Especially since I was passing by terraces, restaurants where people were on vacation, relaxed, and had all kinds of goodies on their plates. Of course, after that, I traveled more through Europe and I ate at those restaurants, which seemed amazing to me. It was an extraordinary thing to eat there. I realized that it's not really that extraordinary to eat at a terrace. The rest of the journey is much nicer. And even if I couldn't afford to eat at terraces and restaurants, that was still the journey of my life. I can also call it I liked it enormously, absolutely enormously, and I still think about it with pleasure. Every detail of that journey. I think I just passed the place where the customs used to be. I didn't even realize everything has been removed from the highway. Yes, I'm already in Hungary. That's awesome. Actually, for me, this is the first time I've left the country by car since joining Schengen. Yeah, that's it. We've crossed, and I didn't even realize it. It's gone. Awesome, awesome. The next stop, of course, is at Schoen for a good goulash. It's that restaurant where I stop every time, and I've never been disappointed. Never by the food there. It's somewhere near Szeged. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll show it to you when I get there. Anyway, that restaurant is very well known. A lot of Romanians eat there. Every time, at least for me, I ate well. It's a seafood specific restaurant, but they also have other amazing dishes. Highways in general are pretty boring, pretty much anywhere in the world. Well, there are still some areas where there are truly spectacular highways winding through the mountains. I'm gonna try to avoid driving on the highway. I want to travel as much as possible on national roads, not on highways. But today, anyway, even on national roads in Hungary, it's pretty boring. Here I get off the highway towards Kistelek. And here is the restaurant with huge cauldrons. A restaurant called Fehetoy. Halashkorda. The entrance is here among these huge cauldrons. Let's have some good goulash here. Good, just like every time. I already knew the menu here. I ordered straight away without even looking at the menu. Anyway, this is the menu. This time I got goulash, although the fish soup is also incredibly tasty, but I went with fish for the main course. The sensational goulash sings alone. I think they made this bread themselves. It's exceptionally good. Little peppers, enjoy your meal. This is the second course, fish from the Tisa. I think it's catfish, carp, and zander. I know that I've eaten it a few times before. Extraordinary. Everything. And these Hungarian potatoes, they're something sensational. Of course, with polenta. Polenta. It's not polenta. It's sour cream with garlic. Everything we ate there cost about 150 lei. But considering that I ordered a wild-caught fish specialty, and it really was wild-caught fish, you can really taste the difference with wild-caught fish. Wild-caught and farm-raised fish taste different. In taste and texture, it's the same. Different. Not everyone is a fisherman and catches fish, so they know how it's supposed to be. Considering that the food is extraordinarily good, fresh, always flavorful, it's a fair price. I think it's a price that's fair. Also, every time I've eaten, it was extraordinarily good. The same food every time. I've never felt sick or anything after eating there, which, yes, has happened to me in other places. I think they cook here daily, and indeed, again, someone who cooks knows when food hasn't been freshly prepared. With meat, you can tell immediately. And yes, here in Romania, there are still restaurants that keep food for a longer time, freeze it, defrost it, unfortunately. Finally, it's warmer, it's 26 degrees. I'm tired of shivering in the middle of May. Now it's good, 26 degrees, it's just right. I'll keep going on the highway until Kecikemet, and there I'll get off the highway and take the national roads for a while towards Dunabaros, or something like General. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I've been there. I got off the highway. Here through some woods. Dunafolva is the name of the town I'm heading to. I knew there was something about Duna. I need to stop at a gas station to clean the bug-covered windshield. I stopped at a gas station, got myself a cappuccino, and washed the windshield because I couldn't see through it because of the bugs. And I also filled up the tank. The advantage of filling up in villages instead of on the highway is that the gas is cheaper, often considerably cheaper. It's the same here. The price of gas in Hungary is about the same as it is here. If it's not exactly the same as it is here. Anyway, around there. Exactly. That's why I was afraid to take the national roads and not the highway, even though it's about 40 kilometers shorter this way. The roads are really bad, full of potholes and bumps. These are the roads in Hungary. I can say that we're doing much better with our roads than the Hungarians right now. The bridge over the Danube. We're crossing the Danube. I forgot what the town is called. See you at the next stop. Hello, hello, Voldvar. Well, something with Duna. Look at this beautiful little town across the river. I went through the city, not where the global positioning system was taking me, because I found it very interesting around here. I think there's a fortress on the Danube's bank over there. It's a shame about the road. It's a shame about the road because the road is in terrible condition. There was a time when the moment we crossed from Romania into Hungary, everything changed. Well, now there's not much difference between Romania and Hungary. In fact, I would dare to say that in many places it's better than here. Our country's villages are already well organized. Houses are tidy, yards are tidy, there are no more weeds. The roads used to be very good, but now through Hungary it's not quite like that anymore. Indeed, there are tidy villages and houses here too, and roads. Okay, but there are also a lot that are bad and left in disrepair. Look here too, a random village, fences. Broken, dilapidated houses. Unpainted fences. Earlier I saw a bunch of unmowed weeds by the side of the road. Also, the road is in poor condition. He says that Romania has evolved a lot lately. I guarantee that. want to get on anyone's bad side. But everything I present in my vlogs is what I observe myself on the spot. Everything I show you is what I observe while traveling. There's nothing more or less. Look at these fields with poppies here. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And besides that, I've always had a good relationship with the Hungarians, actually a very good one. I have a lot of friends both from Hungary and from our region, Palvasna and Harghita. I've never had any problems in Hungary either. As a Romanian, they've always treated me well. Really? No, I didn't. Have I ever had problems? And yes, I've traveled through Hungary a lot. I took a break here. I just crossed the Danube at Dunafoldvar in Hungary. I skipped the highway and went through the villages. I got myself a cola sherry, my favorite from here in Hungary, and you can only find it here. I haven't seen it back home. I have about 100 kilometers left to reach Balaton. Break time, then we hit the road. I've been meaning to tell you something. If you see me in any city now in Europe or in Romania or anywhere or in traffic, come to me, call out to me, hey peasant, or whatever you want, or even curse at me. I have absolutely no problem with it, man. I actually enjoy even being cursed at in real life, but not at Forza. At Forza, I noticed many people didn't understand. But a lot of people actually, most of you understood that that's my oasis of peace, and that's where I want my solitude and my peace. Otherwise, wherever I meet you, it's always with the greatest pleasure. I don't have the slightest problem, and I've noticed a bit of hesitation. Sometimes I walk past groups and I see them looking, talking among themselves. Don't be shy. Come to me, call me. I really enjoy meeting you, my followers. But yes, not at Forza and unannounced. And one more thing happened. When I was in Bucharest, someone wrote to me very upset that I ignored him. Honestly, I didn't know who it was about. After that, I kept thinking about who it could have been, and I think I figured it out. I was at the table with Sabin, my friend. We were talking, and indeed someone passed by. Someone looked at me for a second, but didn't come up to me or anything. He passed by and sat at another table. After that, he wrote to me very upset, saying that I ignored him. Well, how was I supposed to know that he wanted something from me, that he knew me or something? Of course, after that, he started cursing at me and kept insisting with insults, so I blocked him. Oh, wait, but he didn't come to me or anything. He just told me that he walked past my table and I ignored him. Well, how was I supposed to know? 100 people walked past that table. Back on the highway again, this time along Lake Balaton. This lake is quite long. I chose my accommodation at the other end towards Slovenia. How much farther? Still 40 kilometers left. Until I reach the accommodation. I'll go straight to the accommodation, and after that, we'll go see the lake. I got off the highway. I have about 2 kilometers left until I reach the accommodation. I booked the accommodation here in a small town, a resort on Lake Balaton. Of course, I didn't remember exactly what it's called. I struggled to remember Hungarian names immediately. Balaton Bogla, that's it, Balaton Bogla. I don't know if I pronounced it right, yeah. Forgive me, Hungarians. Afterwards here, somewhere around here is my accommodation. The lake is very close. Now I just need to find exactly which is the class. I just have some pictures. Done. Checked in, parked. I chose a place to stay that also has parking in the yard. An extraordinarily good accommodation. Here, very close to Lake Balaton. Over there, just past those pine trees, is the lake already. We're going to see it right away. Let me show you what an accommodation looks like here near Lake Balaton in Hungary. For 250 lei, an accommodation, top, I can say 14, of course. A small living room here with a little kitchen corner. Everything is impeccable. I think it was renovated very, very recently. Satisfied. I think I'm one of the first to stay here because, again, it's an accommodation without any reviews. You know, I choose places like this. A room with a clean bed, very clean. The room isn't very big, but it's just the right size. So you can feel comfortable. Clean bathroom here. The most important thing is to have a clean bathroom. Everything is absolutely impeccable. Yes, as I mentioned, I want accommodation where I'm the first or among the first. Let's see how he left it. Oh, the tree. Yes, I have water. That's a really decent thing to do, to leave some water. Oh, look, there's also a little chocolate. Balaton. Now, I know that after me, a lot of accommodations got filled up. And you did well because you're coming for sure. You see what an accommodation looks like. No, this isn't an ad. I have no kind of collaboration with these people. I simply found them on Airbnb. I liked it and I said I want to stay here. I had it even earlier. I had an interview at Observator on Antenna 1 where, yes, I talked about the scams in tourism with accommodations. And yes, indeed, I noticed it too. There are a lot of scams going on. Especially now when you can't really rely on reviews anymore. Because yes, a lot of accommodations have fake reviews. I get them too. Offers to leave reviews at various hotels for a fee, of course. I've never accepted and I never will accept something like that, especially since I know what it's like to arrive at an accommodation. And it turns out to be a scam. Don't forget to say yes. Follow some influencers you know very well. And if you want a place to stay where they stayed and it's all filmed and I'm telling you it's okay, it's been checked. There are many scams out there. The competition is getting bigger and bigger in this field. There are more and more places to stay and everyone wants to rent out their place. And so, yes, they add little things that aren't real. And when you pay a lot of money for a place to stay and it's not good, that's when it sucks. When it's a cheap place to stay and it's not really okay, is it still alright? But when you pay a lot of money for a place to stay and it doesn't meet your expectations, then you have a problem. But I know I also get a lot of requests to promote accommodations to stay in certain places. I've refused many, first of all, because I was told to film from certain angles, to present things in a very, very cinematic way. I refused that accommodation from the start. I've refused many like that, and I'll keep refusing them. Whoever wants to invite me and have me present their accommodation needs to be honest and let me present it the way I do. Everywhere I go or I won't. And besides that, yes, there are many who want me to stay in their accommodations as they are and present them in my own style. But honestly, I don't get the chance. I don't get the chance because, yes, there are a lot of requests like this. I'm not saying yes. In some of them, I will come. There are many of you who invite me. I will come to stay at your accommodations at some point. For now, yes, I'm around Europe and we're staying here. I still don't have any kind of collaboration on this trip, and honestly, I don't know if I will or not. Long live Airbnb, long live Airbnb. And this possibility that opens up to stay at someone's home really suits me. Since I have a small cooking area, I can eat supermarket food. Let's give thanks. And yes, if the price is right, I'm very satisfied, and that's a tip. I see that accommodations without reviews are still working on Airbnb. People tend to avoid them. But from my experience, I see that I got it pretty right. 90% of the time, it turned out well. Let's go see the lake. Thank you for watching. From here, we'll switch the filming to Insta. Why? We're switching transportation methods. I even have a bicycle included. That's really, really cool. So I'll take the bike and we'll go see the lake by bike. Satisfied. No, let's see. Let's bike a bit around here near Lake Balaton. The host told me I have to take the first right here to get to the lake. I mean this way. Good. I haven't ridden a bike in a long time, but I've always liked to ride a bike. The train is coming, the train is not coming. It's okay. I'm really curious to see how far the lake is. I need to check my brakes. Ha, it's good. Last time I remember, I rode my bike again. The last time was actually in Hungary. I rode to Vasili's place in Batanya. The bike had the brake on the torpedo. I almost wiped out a bit. Until I figured out how things work. Oh, what a nice smell. It's coming from flowers. Some flowers, probably jasmine. Jasmine blended with something else. Well, yeah, it worked for as long as it could. 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes to get here. I wanted to come see the lake for a very long time. Let's park, Jokla. This is what Lake Balaton looks like. It's also called the Sea of Hungary because, yes, Hungary doesn't have access to the sea, but instead it has this big lake here. A guy fished it out over there. Look how nice it is to walk here on the grass, on the shore of the lake. It's beautifully arranged, at least here in this area. I'm not sure about other places, but the Hungarians probably took care of it since it's their main lake. Let it be beautiful everywhere. It's about 70 kilometers long, which means it's huge, and the average width is somewhere around 8-9 kilometers. Basically, it's as big as a sea. Satisfied? The water looks clear. Well, it has this spring-like color. I really don't know which rivers feed the lake, but there probably are some. There must be several important ones since it's such a big lake. Boats are clearly the most popular way to get around here. I can see boats even here on this canal. Now, I'm not sure if I can ride my bike here. Yeah, I haven't seen any kind of sign. So let's go see. If someone sends me back, so be it. Or maybe I'll see a sign. Anyway, it's a pleasure to walk here too. Just look at what a wonderful place this is for a walk. So you have no idea how long I've wanted to come here, to Lake Balaton. And only now have I finally managed to do it. These around here are beach spots, places where you can swim. You enter the water from those piers. I can imagine how it is here in the summer, probably full of blankets, of people lying on the beach. And yes, it's an ideal beach spot for me too. Because I don't really like lying on the beach. On the sand, on the grass, it's much nicer. I feel much better sunbathing on the grass in places like this. I can't. Here, probably all these houses are for rent. Let's take a left here. Everything is arranged so beautifully. Yes, it's really a pleasure to walk around here. Riding a bike is also a really good idea. And the host, by the fact that he provided bicycles, that's really cool. Now I realize what smelled weird. It smelled weird because it's not just plain asomi, it's mixed with dogwood, as we call it. It's a kind of hedge that has some white flowers. Some clusters of flowers with a pleasant but at the same time unpleasant smell. I can't describe it, really strange. Let's make another left turn here. Sometimes it's just asomi, other times asomi with dogwood. Look, here's one. You probably know it with asomi beside it. It's asomi and dogwood combined. It started to drizzle. So I headed home. I'm going to take the car and drive a little further. It's a bigger town. I'm walking on the sidewalk because that's what people do here. I've seen cyclists riding on the sidewalks. I always follow what the locals do. I took the car and came here to the center of a resort. Balaton Lele. Again, I don't know if I pronounced it right or not. Anyway, very few people. I was expecting it to be the start of the season and crowded here by the lake, but no, I've seen very, very few people. Let's see what the lake looks like here in this area. I already see terraces, lots of terraces. Yeah, that holiday atmosphere is missing. I don't know. I think it's because it's so empty. Maybe it was cold here until now, just like back home. It smells like grilled sausages. It smells like grilled sausages. It smells like sausages. Anyway, with how well we ate there near Seagate, I don't think you'll eat anything else. Maybe I'll get something just to have for tonight, and that's about it, because I'm not hungry anymore. A lot of boats here. An interesting form of art here. Yes, I admit it's very well done. Definitely, the man is an artist. From car parts. Everything is made from car parts and engines. I see shocks and gearboxes. Motorcycle tanks. BMW rear axle. Pistons. I think those claws are from some kind of brush cutter. Yeah, that guy did some work here. A Genghis Khan made from car scraps. I've never seen brake pads like this before. Yeah, the guy's tough. The guy's tough, I have to admit. The cat hopefully approaches the fisherman. Maybe he'll get something. If I catch her, she'll give you some too. If not, Guinea-o. The lake is stunning, very clean, and beautifully arranged throughout. I really like it here. Peaceful, just the way I like it. It's likely crowded here in summer. I'm going to sit down at one of those open terraces over there, closer to the lake. So I can't say I spent nothing here. I'll get myself a cappuccino. I sat down here for a cappuccino at an empty terrace. Cappuccino water, 1,300 forints. That's about 15 lei decent prices here. Maybe also because it's not the season. It seems cheap to me, very cheap, here on the shore of Lake Balaton. Sitting here with a cappuccino, I'm also going to plan the next stop. Tomorrow morning, I'm leaving. Well, not in the morning, because there's no point in waking up at the crack of dawn. When I wake up, I'll move on. And most likely, I'll stop at another famous lake, one I've wanted to visit for a long time, namely Lake Bled in Slovenia. We'll stop there tomorrow. Now I'll look for a place to stay near the lake. And tomorrow we'll see what this lake looks like, the one we've heard so much about. Tomorrow we're going through Slovenia and stopping at Lake Bled. That's the plan. I'll see what accommodation I can find. Anyway, I'm ending this vlog here. The first vlog from my European trip. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. A subscription from you helps me a lot and it doesn't cost you anything at all. Until the next vlog from here in Hungary, on the shore of Lake Balaton, I say goodbye to you.